All right. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're listening to this, and welcome to the Weebly Comic Podcast, a podcast where every week we'll be talking about anime, comic book movies, and the latest news related to either of those things. And welcome to the third episode, and as always, I am joined by my co-hosts, Brennan,
What's up, y'all?
Adrian.
How y'all doing?
I'm just letting you know all of this is getting cut. It's ending up in the bloopers, though. Shout out to the bloopers.
Fuck
All
it.
right, bro.
It's gonna be such a weird blooper. Anyways, Adrian, aka Star Psycho, don't be weird this time.
You know what's up, though? if y'all like apple juice, you go. That's all I gotta say.
I can get
Apple juice
behind that
lovers
one.
knows this
I can get
podcast.
behind that one.
That was way more tame than the first one.
I know. I had to think that on the fly.
Keep an eye out for the bloopers on our YouTube channel for what I'm talking about. And anyways, I'm Wrath, the best of the three. Just kidding.
That's debatable.
And where do I go from here?
Are you struggling today? You need a Snickers, bro. You ain't you and you hungry.
Actually, we have an announcement right off the bat. So we're finally on Apple Podcast as of like 4 days ago, I think. Yeah, so if you're listening to us on either Spotify or watching this on YouTube, we are now on Apple Podcasts. So if it's a little more convenient for you, there you go. If you didn't know we have a YouTube channel, we do have a YouTube channel. I also have a YouTube channel. I'm just going to do all the plugs right now. Adrian has a Twitch. And
Yes, sir.
Brennan doesn't have anything that he wants to share. So he does manage all of our social medias. So
Don't say that. I
check
do a
those
terrible
out.
job.
You do a better job than I ever would, so shut the fuck up.
Nah, I don't
Listen,
think
you do
that's
a fair
saying much.
job, bro.
Listen.
You do the best that you can.
So I think that's the whole intro. There's nothing else to mention. We're gonna just hop straight into it, and our very first topic of the day is going to be Demon Slayer. If you don't want to listen to us talk about Demon Slayer for however long, all of the topics will be either in the description or on the topics thing in the YouTube video.
They better listen to it because it ain't gonna be long.
Listen.
Yeah, it's definitely not gonna be long.
You may be right, but sometimes, hopefully, in the future at least, not everybody will be coming to us for just anime stuff, okay?
You're right.
They gonna come for us. All right. That's what I
Pause.
want to hear.
Oh, I was gonna say pause, but never
I mean
mind.
that too, but they gonna learn.
They gonna
Alright.
learn today. So,
Exactly.
anyways, as Brennan was saying, we're not really gonna have much to say because last week you did say that it was pretty much ripped straight from the movie, and I had a little bit of an argument about one scene that was included. But this week it literally was 100% straight from the movie.
Yes. Like I don't think
Like,
there's anything that was added in
Aside
that
from the
episode.
after credits scene or whatever the hell.
Okay, so yeah, we saw this coming. Let's be honest. It's ripped straight from the movie. Like,
I mean,
not
I
surprised.
did, but didn't, because the last two episodes gave me hope. Okay, because I was like, last episode, yes, it was something as small as just Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu eating with Rengoku, but it was still something. Okay, but this week, nothing. Literally nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how I feel about it. It's so disappointing, but it's also like I completely understand it because what's the point of like redoing it? They're not Dragon Ball. They're not gonna completely redo everything. But the only thing I did want to ask your guys' opinions on, how do y'all feel about the opener? Like the song,
So, I'm undecided about the song, but I think the visuals for both the opener and the ending are both fire.
100%. That shit's beautiful. I personally, I think right now it fits. Very calm, not too much going on, but I'm just saying I better see a motherfucking opener change. Because this one does also like mention like the train arc and it only shows visuals of the train arc.
Oh,
So
I'm
I'm
sure that for
expecting
the
halfway through-
the entertainment arc's getting its own thing.
It has
Yeah.
to. I don't really see it staying with it like last season.
I really hope they do another upbeat like song just like the previous one because that one was great. It got you hyped for the show. This one is kind of like, I don't know, not put you to sleep, but it definitely like it. Which
like
I
a
guess
slow
that
build
damn
up.
it fits. It
It's just
fits.
slow
The
down. Like,
damn demon is all about putting you to sleep in a dream, and it fits. God damn it.
Well, it is kind of like a slow build up because doesn't it get a little bit like more upbeat during like the Rengoku versus Akaza fight section?
A little
I
bit, not as much as I
believe
would
so.
like it to be, but
Yeah,
a little bit.
a little bit.
Yeah, my opinions for the opening. Definitely not as iconic as the first one in the
Oh
first
no.
season. We all have to agree with that,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But let's be honest, how are they gonna match up with that one? Like that's like some Tokyo Ghoul level opening.
Look,
Or
bro. All I'm
Listen, bro, Attack
saying
on Titan
is,
did it.
I was gonna say Tokyo Ghoul did it because the first one was fire and Re was fire.
true.
Attack on Titan did it almost every single opener except for I think the first one of the second season were bangers. So I have hope. It may take until like season 3, but I think they got it. I think they'll find another banger.
They better.
That's fair. That's fair.
They better. Because this shit finna break the internet, boy.
Shit, the arc won't break the internet.
Oh, the arc is gonna go crazy when they get to the new stuff, bruh.
Bro, I can't wait to see some certain things
Yeah, you better
and see
shut your
things that
mouth.
go down.
You
I ain't
better
gonna say
shut your
none.
mouth,
I'm
'cause
just gonna say I just can't wait. I'm gonna be like,
now
can't wait to see it.
if this is your first time listening and or watching this, both of these idiots over here have read all of Demon Slayer. I'm an anime
Damn
only.
right.
I'm an anime only, so you're safe.
The
You're safe
loser.
with us, okay? Unless you
Don't
haven't
Barely.
seen
bomb, read
Mugen
the
Train,
manga, fool.
unless you have not seen the Mugen Train movie, then you're not so safe because listen, if you haven't seen the Mugen Train movie, I don't know why I almost said movie twice, then go watch it because you're a clown. And
Exactly. It's been out for longer than a year and you still haven't seen
it's
it.
on Funimation, Crunchyroll. I think it's also on Netflix if you don't have either of those things.
No, season 1's on Netflix, but
Oh.
the movie isn't.
Okay, I take that back. But you know what? You got 9anime, Anime Take, all those websites that are probably not legal, but it's fine.
The bootlegs.
So, did you want to talk about the Demon Slayer game or no?
I mean, it's worth it. I think it's a big thing that's going on right now. You know, I've watched a couple videos of it, and I can't lie. Even watching the videos, even though I know the game is like, listen, this might piss some people off, but I mean, I've even heard a lot of people saying it. The game is mid. The game's not like, it's not the best thing in the world. You know, it still has its bugs, but it looks fun. Like if you're just, you're not there to like be super competitive and you're not going to worry about like the lag that goes on, apparently. It looks fun.
I was just about to say because I guess from like a what's it called, like an arena fighter anime kind of fan, like it is mid, I guess, but the game itself with all of the mechanics that have been introduced and everything. If you guys don't know this, I'm like a huge fighting game nerd, so I'm not gonna go deep into it. But they've introduced a lot of things that make it a very fun game competitively. And a lot of the reason why it is so popular right now is because it's got stuff like blocking, parrying, push blocks, all that kind of stuff. And people who are fans of the fighting game community are all over this because it's really good for competitive play. I want to get my hands on this game, but just the $70 price tag is, I don't make enough money for that shit. But
I don't think any of us do at the moment.
yeah.
Probably later down the line we'll get it and play it ourselves.
All three of us, obviously, with that being said, haven't touched it, but I guess both Brennan and I have watched a lot of gameplay. I can't wait for it to go to sale. Once it goes on sale, bro, I'm Nezuko and Inosuke main all the way.
I will say the one thing that I think the only thing I can say I haven't really necessarily liked that I watched is, like, I know this isn't due to like them not having ideas or being able to fill people, but the amount of water users.
Yeah.
And I know that's down to the fact that like they don't want to spoil anything manga related, so they're only using characters that are from either the upcoming arc or the season that's already out or the train arc. And so it's understandable, but it's just like, dude, it like half the cast is literally water.
Not only that, but like a
water
quarter
breathers.
of the roster is also just those characters, but again, because there's three Tanjiros,
Yeah.
I think. There's two Inosuke's, two Zenitsu's, two Nezuko's.
Oh yeah, because of the school characters. I
Yeah.
forgot about them.
And like I personally don't care one way or another. I think that those could have easily been costumes, but like I understand that there's only so many characters that you can put in from season 1 and Mugen Train. So it's fine. I am very excited to see that they are eventually going to start adding demons, but that's old news, so I'm not really going to touch very much on it except for the fact that so apparently there's a leak that happened sometime this week that both Tengen and Akaza are going to be added to the game at some point as DLC. I wanted to see what either one of you thought. Obviously no like spoilers, but
Yeah.
I just wanted to see what you two thought, that like what he could add to the game, interesting mechanics that you would like to see, whatever.
Adrian, I'll let you go first.
With Akaza, or for both of those characters, it was expected they're gonna come. Akaza more likely because Rengoku's in there, so why wouldn't Akaza be there? I was surprised that they didn't add Akaza when Rengoku came out, but that's neither here or there. But with Akaza, he's probably going to be like the only character that just doesn't even use swords at the moment. Unless Ryu's already in there.
Nezuko's
Nezuko.
Yeah.
Nezuko. Okay, forgot about Nezuko. But
and Rui is getting added too, I think, or whatever that spider demon's name is.
Yeah, Ryu. Sooner or later, I don't know.
Yeah.
With Tengen, I'm not too sure what they're gonna add. Like, obviously, I know his powers. I'm not gonna say them because that's spoilers.
Well, I'm pretty sure everybody knows that he's like the sound Hashira, and
yeah, okay,
I just wanted to see if you guys thought that like he would be like projectile heavy, because obviously sound, projectiles, those kind of go hand in hand.
Maybe a little bit more than most of the cast in the game, but I don't think he'll be like zone focused. I think he'll still use swordplay like most of the cast.
Yeah, because I think the only one right now who actually has like a projectile is Rengoku, and it's not that like far. Brennan, what are your thoughts?
I'm kind of with Adrian on Akaza. I'm surprised it wasn't in earlier. Like in my opinion, it's kind of annoying to add him as DLC when it was like, I don't know 100% what the game covers, but I'm almost positive it goes through Mugen Train.
Yeah, I think so.
And to have again Rengoku, like basically the more important characters of the movie, and of like that arc not in the game, and you're gonna have to like kind of DLC him in. Kind of frustrating, but I mean, whatever, it happens. His play style I see being very in your face, like definitely putting on pressure and just having to be like, you have some distance with like all the normal characters with swords. He might have to be like you got to be a little bit closer. But I think his will be like, he's quick, but he hits pretty damn hard. The only thing is you're gonna have to be able to get on the inside, beat some of that reach stuff. I know what's his name? The old Hashira for water. I forgot his name. Urodaki.
Yeah.
He lays like traps and stuff, so like that would be something that I could see maybe countering Akaza. For Tengen, I think he's gonna play pretty similar to Inosuke, maybe a little slower. It's been a while, honestly, since I read that portion of the manga, so I don't remember, but I don't think he's like too projectile heavy. Like Adrian said, he's still very much like using swords and stuff like that. So if he does have a longer range thing, I want to say his swords are connected like through a chain, so I could see maybe so I could see maybe them adding like a like he can swing one sword and let go and like kind of use it as an extension for like a little bit of a range thing, but I don't think they do too much like actual range moves.
Okay.
But I see him being like a slower, maybe less aggressive Inosuke, since they both have two swords. But obviously I would expect him to maybe hit a little harder.
Okay, and now I have another question, but this is kind of minor spoilers for later down the line in season 2. We're going to be covering they're going to be covering the entertainment district. So if you don't want any spoilers whatsoever, no matter how minor they are, go ahead and skip to whatever topic interests you the most next. But another question that I wanted to ask the both of you is, do you think that Tengen's wives might be added to the game as well?
I would be surprised if they aren't because
Because they added the Fox kids, so I don't see why not.
they added them, so it'd be kind of weird if they don't add them. Like,
Mhm.
I see why some people would be like a little angry, not angry, maybe like a little upset that they add very minor characters, but like right now, Demon
They've
Slayer,
got hella minor
and
characters in the
they
roster
do,
already, so I don't
but I
see
mean,
why
like,
not.
yeah, but like the Fox kids, I wasn't expecting them to be in the
No,
game like
that was
at
like
all.
the biggest surprise for me, was the both of them being added. Now I forget what his name is, but he's like one of the
I know
cooler
which one you're talking
characters.
about, like
Kabuto?
the
Yeah, Kabuto is like one
yeah.
of the cooler ones. So
Sabato with an S.
Sabato, my bad. He's like one of the cooler ones to like watch. So like I'm not opposed to it because clearly they know how to like just mix it up and make it more entertaining.
I mean, I think it's all gonna dwindle down to like, are they really fiending to have like that many more characters?
Mm,
In my personal opinion, I think they should because it would add a little bit more of a dynamic. You
yeah,
know, getting away from having so many water people.
yeah.
Because like, for example, in my opinion, instead of adding those two, since they're both water, you could have added the old thunder breathing Hashira, you know, Zenitsu's master. You could have added his the person he was training with.
Yeah.
His
Like,
people.
you
Another
know,
people you
those
mentioned
people were
Zenitsu.
mentioned very briefly, and I get they didn't necessarily have as much as an important role as
Well, if
Sabato did,
if you think about
but
it, they even added that one guy who's like a throwaway character pretty much, and he was there for
yeah.
like one episode or not even one
and
episode.
and again, that's another water breathing form. It's
Yeah.
just like, I think they should have, you know, maybe used other characters just in the sense of like not having so many water
Hmm.
characters. So I think once, you know, they get introduced and they start bringing in other characters, they should do it just to have extra people who don't necessarily have it.
Yeah.
Now, I will also say, I if you bring in one wife, I don't see you bringing in all three, to be honest. Or like maybe it would be a gimmick where this one character is essentially kind of like three characters.
Yeah, you can
Um,
just have them as costumes as like
yeah,
one of the
costumes, or
witches.
even like instead of like if you choose this character, you only get to choose this one character because you technically get two other characters with you.
Mm.
Um,
Oh,
because
so it's like a
they're
three in
really
one
not
kind of
that.
thing because you get that
Yeah, they're
you get like one other wife as like an assist or something.
yeah. Like I don't see them being like, they're all for the most part the same. They're not anything like super special. They're cool
Mhm.
characters, but not like, again, they're not super special or anything like that.
Okay.
So I don't see you adding all three of them. If anything, just one with costumes or something like
See,
that.
I don't see that gimmick being impossible because I don't know if either of you have heard, but apparently when they add the demons, if you choose the demon, that's it. You just are playing as the
Yeah,
demon because they're like that much stronger.
that
So,
and their assisting
yeah.
can make them regen a little bit.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
I don't
really? I didn't
see
even
I
know
don't
that.
see what you were talking about like not happening, but that would be pretty interesting to see if they do add
Yeah,
all three as one character.
that's the only way I see them doing all three wives. If not, it'll probably just be like one of them.
Okay. You have any closing thoughts, Adrian, before we move on?
No, we covered everything that I could have thought of, so we're good.
All right. So, if you were listening to the semi Demon Slayer spoiler part that I just mentioned a few minutes ago, you chose the worst topic to hop to because now we are going to be talking about the Jujutsu Kaisen movie that is going to be coming out next year. And unlike with Demon Slayer, I read all of this. So so first we're gonna cover the poster, and then beyond that, honestly, I think if you don't want any spoilers, just skip while you're ahead. But if you want to know what our thoughts are on the movie poster, if you've seen it, we're going to talk about that a little bit, and then we're going to move on to just full spoilers. Just full spoilers, talking about our thoughts of what we think the movie might be like, yeah, what we hope the movie will show, what it probably won't show, all of that. So if you don't want any spoilers, try again. All right, with that being said, though, have both of you seen the official poster? I know, Adrian, you have, but have you seen the official
Yes.
poster, Brennan?
Yeah, I have. I'm even pulling it up now so that I can actually
Yeah,
look
I'm
at
doing
it
that
while we're
too.
talking about it. Man, this poster do be kind of beautiful.
It do. It do.
It looking kind of spiffy.
All right, so
Adrian, you're gonna have to go last because I know you're gonna deep dive into everything. Like you're gonna really like how I was with Flash last week. Like I know that's how you're gonna be with this. So we'll save you for kind of like the, cherry on top type deal.
So I love this poster. There are some so I read Volume 0 like a while ago, and I don't 100% remember everything. But I'm not really sure what's going on at the top with what's his face?
Gato.
Yeah, Ghetto. I'm not really sure what the hell that is, but I really do like the Gojo, bandages or whatever. And I just think everybody looks so sick. And I also wasn't expecting the protagonist
I just said
of
Yuta.
oh, Yuta.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't expecting Yuta's cursed energy to be red. Has anybody else's been red? I don't think
No.
so, right?
No, I don't remember it being like that. And if anything, you could probably say maybe it's because of Rika as a cursed spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just what I think. I don't know how it's going to explain in the anime.
Well, that's pretty much it. I think all of the designs look amazing. Yeah.
So I'm loving this poster. Like you said, it's very beautiful. I love the touch of like Gojo's eye in the very corner.
Yeah.
And I think they did that because they didn't want Gojo to steal the spotlight.
Yeah. Because you already know everybody's gonna lose their mind whenever
Exactly.
Gojo pops on screen.
Yes.
I love how they have Maki, Inumaki, and then Panda all like front and center as well.
Yeah.
And you get to see Inumaki holding his inhaler. People don't know, but Inumaki is like my favorite character. I have a lot of interest in him. I think his power is freaking sick. I hope we get to see more of him in the anime as well. But I'm glad in this movie you get to see like a little bit of him.
Yeah.
Maki looking good as ever. I'll let Adrian touch on that one. Panda, I love how Panda looks aggressive, and they didn't do his usual like, kind of like blank face, like just like whatever look,
Blank
and he's looking
face,
aggressive.
head empty.
Yeah. Yuta's looking freaking sick with the sword, bro.
Yes.
I love how they even added the touch of his the engagement ring glowing. I think that's really cool.
You noticing all these details, bro.
Hey, bro, you gotta look into it. I also love that it gives you we kind of touched on this a little bit last week. It gives you a size comparison of what Rika's probably going to be looking like. Because that was one thing if you look at the like color scheme pictures, they showed her as a little girl and then the monster right next to it, and they were the same size. And I was like, I hope like I hope this isn't just like a little girl coming out the sword or something. Like, I mean, of course, like reading it, that she's freaking like, I'm pretty sure she's massive. I'm with Diego. I read it a while ago, so I'm not like 100% on everything, but like she looks ginormous. Like she could hold Yuta in her hand, so that's really cool. Looking mad vicious with them long ass teeth. Very excited. Very excited.
All right, I'll take this now.
Remember,
I don't know which
minor spoilers, if any.
I know. I know. So I don't know where to exactly start, but let me start with my boy, the GOAT, Ito Akotsuki. Now, I can't explain why he has red curse energy, because most of the curse energy, if not all the curse energy we have seen throughout the story, or in the anime at least, has been blue. So him seeing it as Red, it looks dope, but I hope maybe they can explain it. I wouldn't mind if they don't, because it looks kind of clean with him, and ooh, I like it. I just like it. It's a cool aesthetic in general. And for Geto to answer Diego's question on why he has like a little half light, half dark,
Is
I
it
was
because of
thinking,
his ability?
no, that's definitely not his ability. His ability is completely different from what they're showing.
Okay.
But I mean, you can see a little bit of his ability, but he's not in action of doing it.
Yeah.
So maybe you can say this like descent from darkness that he went through, even though it doesn't like go through his story of why he went through that descent to darkness. That's go into like season 2 of the anime, or if you read the manga, you know why or how. Just stuff like that. And now for Gojo, this one, I like Gojo in this one because this one has, it might be the exact panel I'm thinking of. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was a cool panel to look at because it was Gojo at one of his most badass moments in this series. I ain't gonna lie. And for the rest of the cast, you got Maki, Unumaki, Panda, all looking pretty cool as the first years in this case actually, but future second years. Other than that, can't really go into detail without saying any other spoilers. Brendan touch on other things that I would have touched on, so I think that's all I can say about this.
I'm surprised you didn't go on a freaking love confession for Maki.
Yeah, I was expecting that too.
No,
He said not yet.
He said not yet.
Not yet.
I'm not going to go into that.
All right.
He said wait till the movie releases.
All right, now if you haven't read Volume 0 and you don't want to know any spoilers, go ahead and skip now because we about to spoil it up in this bitch.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Now the question that I want to ask, probably specifically Adrian more. I'm sorry, Brendan. What do you hope to see? Like, because I know that we got a little bit into it last week when we were talking about the Rika and Yuta reveal poster, but
yeah,
what specifically do you hope to see that wasn't really covered in the volume? Because like you and I had this discussion after I read it, I don't really think that it's like big enough. The volume itself is big enough to cover an entire like hour 40, hour 30 movie. So if they are going to add anything, what would you like to see?
Boy.
So it's mostly happened in the main event of the movie. Why it's like on the date, like what is it? The Night of 100 Demons. That's what it is. I think 90%. That's the name of it. Anywho, what I want to see is I want to see my boy Toto go off on and what he does. I said this last time, but I want to emphasize how much I want to see this man go off and literally like be known. Like this is the reason he is known as like a beast of a man he is right now. Like I want to see that go down. Exactly. I also want to see Hikari, and they may not show him completely. I have a feeling they're gonna like have him as a shadowy figure or like black him out. But what he does in this event is he punches a conservative, and this is why he's suspended, and that's why he's like currently out of Jujutsu Kaisen. So unless you read the manga, that's whatever. So I want to see him do that, and I also want to see why he punches a conservative. I know, like, a basis of why he does it. Like, you get an understanding of his character more, or understanding of the Jujutsu world more, so you see why that probably was the case, because a lot of characters, maybe all Jujutsu Kaisen characters, might, like, punch a conservative because of how they are, just how they rule the Jujutsu world. So I want to see, like, what did this conservative say to make Hikari say, you know what, I'm sick of you. Mink. Slaps him out, he gets suspended. Like, I want to see that go down. I'm not completely sure if this happens in this event. This might have happened, like, not even in this event. This is completely different. But if it did happen, I want to see Nanami, and I want to see him use Black Flash 3 times, or his, like, infamous uses of Black Flash. Like, I want to see that in the event if that happened in this event, because that's another thing he was known for. And Nanami, it's like a fan favorite, so I don't see why not.
True.
But let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else. I want to see the fight for Geto and Yuta go on longer, because in the manga it wasn't too long, and if anything, they kind of don't really land hits on each other. Like,
Yeah.
Yuta lands one blow on Geto, Geto lands one blow on Yuta, and then they're just like, you know what? Fuck it, Final Blast. And they say, Final Blast? Yeah, do it. Bet. Like, that's pretty much how that's pretty much how it goes down. And I'm just like, damn, I wish this fight was longer in the manga, but like, it was still a pretty cool fight to like watch and like see Yuta's growth throughout the movie. And I hope they emphasize it a little bit more too about how much he grows in this movie. Because first time reading it, I didn't catch on his growth until like the third or fourth part of the volume, and I'm just like, how did he get this strong? Wait, hold on. This man wasn't even able to take out Maki, and Maki was just bodying him every time they train. This man is just going toe to toe with Geto, a special grade sorcerer itself, and I'm just like, huh? Well, how did this even happen? So I hope they like emphasize it more, and also like show him training, like being trained to use other techniques. I think that's all I want to say for now, because I'll let y'all handle the rest.
Brennan?
For the most part, it's a lot of what Adrian said. Me and him, I've talked about it a couple times actually. I'm 100% with it. If I don't see my boy Toto whacking curses for at least like 10 minutes straight, bro, I'm gonna be kind of upset. I'm not gonna lie. Like he said, it's what he's known for. It is such like when you're first introduced to him, that is like the first thing you learn about him. He freaking whacked a bunch of curses on like this crazy night, and like, you know, that's why he's considered so strong, one of the best. So I think that's just something they need to do. Like, and if they don't, it's a big missed opportunity, and they need to do it in the anime or something. And then I'm also 100% with Adrian on showing more fighting between Geto and Yuta towards the end. That was the one thing I was definitely telling Adrian. I was like, bro, I hope they extend the fight, because what I remember in the panels is like, it's literally like, I think
Isn't it like
maybe
3
1.5
panels or
page
something?
fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not long. It's, you know, it's kind of disappointing almost. I hope they kind of like I hope they show as much of Monkey, Panda, and Inumaki as much as, you know, they can. You know, I don't want them to do it to the point where they're like stealing the show or anything, but you know, Monkey is obviously like I would say the only like odd person out would be Panda, which people still love Panda. Or actually, you know, I'd say Inumaki is probably the odd person out. I think a lot of people love Panda and a lot of people love Maki. You know, but I think this would be a good time to kind of show more of Inumaki and his abilities. Just because in the anime, you know, season 1, you see he has a really cool power.
Yeah.
But you mostly see the drawbacks of his power. You know, you see a lot of the, oh, he can't talk normal. That sucks. Oh, wow, he said like 2 or 3 things and then he was done. And it's like, all right, but to be fair, that was a special grade curse that he was stopping and that he was blowing away.
Yeah.
And he's still like a year 2. I think he's what, like a B or an A grade, Adrian?
He's semi-grade 1.
Semi-grade 1.
He's almost a top tier.
So he's almost a top tier. So he was fighting above his weight class. So naturally, it's going to take a lot more cursed energy out of him in order to actually affect Hanami. So I think this would be a good time to kind of show his capabilities, even though in this one you kind of, at least manga-wise, you still kind of see more of his drawback as opposed to his time to shine. But it's okay. It's okay. But other than that, you know, a lot of what Adrian said, just growth in characters. And I mean, this is the timing of this movie is great. And you'll learn why once they start releasing like season 2 and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But you know, just know that they chose to do this movie after season 2 for a reason.
Yeah, definitely. Because I'm pretty sure I know what you're alluding to. But so for me, honestly, you both pretty much encapsulated everything that I want to see extra. Aside from like, I would like to see more of every single fight, like you guys said, but not just the one between Yuta and Geto. Also, like, Gojo's fight, Maki's fight, Panda's fight, Inamaki's fight. And also, I would like to see like what happens around the city as this event happens in the movie. Just like Adrian said, but that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I also want to add something, just like another thing I want to see, because you just reminded me of Gojo's fight. I want to see Gojo and Miguel's fight. I want to see that a little bit more extended on or
Yeah.
expanded upon, because what Miguel has is something that can negate cursed energy and go through, or not, I don't want to say go through, but literally just get rid of Gojo's infinity, like his main like power.
Oh, so that's like
And
his natural counter.
yeah, there's, as long as something is like that, it can get rid of cursed energy, then his Gojo's infinity is kind of just non-existent, and it hurts him just like a regular person. So I want to see that, because after that fight and after Gojo wins that fight, Miguel just switches sides and just says, "Yeah, I'll fight Rio." So I want to see that like expanded, because it doesn't even show. He kind of just surrenders at first, and then in the manga, it's like
And
stated
it's like
that
season 2,
after
you just see him just vibing.
that, it's like, no, it's like not even that. It's like he stated like he switches sides, and then there's like one little picture of him just like screaming his heart content, like, "Yeah, I beat that curse, yeah." I'm like, bro, I just want to see that.
Man, but
And I
that
also want
Gojo
to see
said,
like
"Damn,
him.
you OP. Let me switch sides. Hold up."
Yeah, he's like, so basically we ain't beating you.
Pretty much, Miguel showed up. He said, "My ancestors crafted this for generations." He's like, Gojo's like, "Yeah, let me just take you on for a sec." 2 seconds later, gone. And it's like, maybe Geto didn't have the right idea,
Just maybe.
Man said, "If you can't beat them, join them."
Exactly.
Exactly.
Also, another thing, this is more towards the anime, but I'm not, or towards the main like story, but I'm not gonna try to spoil it too much. There's like a one part I do kind of want to see, even though it's highly unlikely. It's like when Yuta's like first introduced into, like, not in Volume Zero, but in the like main
The
story.
anime.
Like, yeah, like there's this one part I want to see, and I want to like have them allude to what we may see in season 2, even though some people might want that arc to be like a season 3 thing, which I can see why, but I'm not gonna
No
spoil
idea what
nothing.
that means, but if you know,
Ominous
you
as ever,
know.
bro.
If you know, you
Exactly.
know.
Oh, I hope they make it blatantly obvious that homie who whacks Rika is the homie who's found dead in the prison that Yuji almost dies in season 1.
Really?
So I hope they make that very like obvious, like painfully obvious.
I didn't
And
even
yes,
know that was a thing until you said that.
the homie who's found like cut in half
hmm
in the prison is the dude who killed Rika.
Interesting. Okay. That's
And
cool.
the only reason I know that is because of Adrian too. So
True.
Yeah, it's just mostly off of hints. I don't think they might do that, blatantly say it, but they'll like give hints throughout the movie, most likely. So maybe
but
people
like
will put
just
two together.
same name and like the look,
Yeah.
everyone remembers that bald buzzed head.
I mean, they never really showed him. They just showed a car and then Rika's body.
Yeah, but that's
That's the only
something they
thing they
can
showed.
add in the anime though.
Yeah,
To
there's a
like,
lot of
what I mean?
subtle little things that they could probably throw in.
They could.
All right. So, Adrian, did you watch episode 3 of Platinum End?
Yes. I don't think we even covered. Did we cover episode 2?
No, I actually wanted to do both.
Okay,
Because
I was gonna say like
last week we completely didn't. Well, not I wouldn't say
y'all
forget.
didn't watch it. I was the only one who watched it.
No,
Just-
no, you're right. You're right. I didn't watch it
I was
until
gonna.
after I finished editing that episode. So, first we're gonna cover Platinum End episode 2 a little bit. I just have like one or two things I want to mention. They're mostly like jokes, so feel free to stick around. Homie got a. I can't even say what I want to say, but she a freak is all I gotta say. Homegirl is a freak.
You're talking about the
She's like, I know you love me, but I'ma just stab you through the heart and tie you up and shit and live with you
exactly.
for
Okay,
months.
so we are talking. Okay, I was
I'm
thinking the
just
same
like,
thing.
I'm like, you. I don't even look. I talked to Javen about this already, but I was like, when I saw that he was tied up on like that last day or whenever that thing was supposed to be over, I was like, where the fuck did she get this rope? Like, what?
Dude, she must have been planning from the start.
That's what I'm saying.
She at first thought she was gonna kill herself.
Freak, bro.
Exactly. She like thought she was gonna kill herself at first, and then like got the angel, got the idea. It's like, wait, I can do dirty things. She was scheming, bro. She wanted that man.
Okay,
she was scheming for that semen. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, one thing on a serious note that I actually did want to say, I really like the what's it called? Like the curveball plot twist that they threw at us because at the end of episode 1, right? You like think that he's the Metropoliman's angel, but he's not.
Oh, yeah, that was on the last episode of that was on the last part of episode 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Dude, I thought so too, and I thought he got fucked when the angel noticed
when
him.
I saw that, I was like,
oh,
we about to have a fight already, and then it just ended up being Homegirl, which is perfectly fine. And one thing I want to say is there definitely is heavy like notes of Death Note because like she's basically a more aggressive Misa.
Yes. It's like it was almost like if Light was a bitch in this situation.
Yeah, if Light was a bitch in this situation, dominant one. That is exactly what's going on right now.
Light was the simp, Misa was someone else. It's like, do what I'll ask you to. He's like, yes, ma'am. Yes, mommy.
I don't know if you have anything extra to say. Like, I watched it the day it came out, so I'm hella rough on it.
I did too. For episode, we're talking about episode 2 or
3.
3. So for episode 3, I was shocked because I thought he was actually gonna go there and like try to kill Metro.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say Metro Man because
Metro Man.
Yeah. I thought he was gonna actually go there until his angel like showing up actually shocked me because I was like, oh shit, she actually came and without him like calling. She was. She's like, who is this? Who do you got captive? Because I know it's not my person. I know damn well.
I know damn well.
Shit. Then finding out that they're actually gonna be in an alliance. I should have saw it coming, but for some reason I thought they were just gonna like do their own little thing. Maybe they'll help each other, but not like a full on alliance.
What the MC and the chick?
Yeah.
Nah, bro, they piping. They piping.
They piping.
They are
the angels just leave that.
Smashing. Nah, you already know that the MC's angel's a freak. She gonna watch that shit and just be like, yeah, I'm just minding my own business. Anyways, we need to chill.
Right, actually.
We need to chill. So I'm not entirely sure if it's like other cast members of like that show that Metro Man is on, or they're just other people who happen to have like mech suits. But
I was thinking they like played, like they were just playing his game, I guess, because I don't really because at first they're like, you're my enemies. I'm gonna kill you. Where are you? He's like showing up on TV asking for smoke. Yeah. But then he's like, maybe y'all aren't that bad. Come to me.
Nah, he 100% wants the smoke. I don't.
Oh no,
I don't believe
he's going to. I don't believe it either. But like, he definitely just wants to lure them in, just so it's easier. So maybe they're like playing his game and being in mech suits and not showing up as themselves. Because why would
I
you
didn't
show
even
up as
think of
yourself and
that.
be able to fly?
Look at you, dang, bro. I didn't even think about all that, to be honest.
Exactly. Yeah, I was just like, it's just kind of weird. If one of them were to show up and just them just fly, I've been like, oh, there,
You just
like public
vibing.
there, your identity's there, your face is there. I would have been like, oh, word, you are one ballsy ass motherfucker then. And I low key
um,
thought he was gonna like maybe kill one of them, like on this low sneak shit, but the episode
yeah.
that ended before we even like got a chance to see that shit happen.
All I know is episode 4 is probably gonna be wild.
Yeah, I think in episode 4, which already came out today, but I didn't watch
Oh,
it
it
just
did
so I
it?
can just
Both of
yeah.
us suck.
No, I already knew it came out. I just didn't want to watch it because that's not something we're gonna talk about. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just watch it after the
we need to
podcast."
we need to be better about this, because
I wanted to tell you it came out today, but I'm like, I'm not sure if you're gonna have time or want to like put in time to like watch it and then
look,
talk about it.
bro,
But
I had a long day at work, a 10-hour shift with a bunch of bullshit that happened at work. So
oh
I
fuck,
just kind of wanted to just get into this and not.
see, that's what I mean. That's why I was like, maybe I'll just talk about it. We'll watch it later,
Look,
not now.
if you're listening to this and you're kind of pressed on how we are never up to date with the newest episode of Platinum End, it'll fix itself eventually. It's just not this week.
Not this week.
Not this
We're gonna
week.
be delayed.
Yeah.
Just a
So
tad bit
just a
delayed.
just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit.
Outdated review. Just so
But
y'all know.
something that we're not going to be outdated on. Ding ding ding, Um let's get into the Cowboy Bebop actual trailer.
Ooh,
So,
yes, sir.
last week we covered a teaser that they released, but I think yesterday or the day before yesterday, they released the official trailer for it. And first, before we even talk about it, I originally did not know if I had faith in Netflix for this, because if you're an anime fan, you know Netflix is notoriously bad at doing adaptations for live action anime stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you, I watched the Cowboy Bebop trailer like 6 times yesterday because it's I I love it. I love it. That's all I gotta say. Is I love it.
Yeah, the trailer itself, like I thought
So
the
good.
teaser was just the trailer itself, and that was all we're gonna get. I didn't think we are gonna legitimately get a full on trailer like the one we got recently.
Oh yeah.
So I was shook on that. And for one, we got Ein now. So we finally
Yeah,
got
bro.
Ein. I
We
wonder if
finally
we'll
got
get
Ein.
Edward.
All we see, I don't even know. Have they released who's been casted as Edward? Have you heard
I
of that or
don't
no?
know if they have.
Either way, just like with everybody else, I'm just gonna wait until I see Edward and then I'll make my decision on what I think then. But
Yeah.
if you haven't listened to last week, both Adrian and I have watched all of Cowboy Bebop. So at some point we're probably gonna, actually now, unless you have something else to say, we're gonna kind of get into spoilers of the entire show of Cowboy Bebop. So I'm not entirely sure if it's gonna be spoilers for the Netflix show, but there's definitely gonna be some events that we talk about that have happened in the anime. So if you don't want any spoilers, as always, skip ahead. Let's get into it. One thing that I did want to mention and talk to you a little bit about, Adrian, is some of those scenes obviously are very familiar, but there are other ones that
Yes.
I don't think were in the anime at all.
Yeah, so I was gonna get a little bit into it. So they do have a lot of the stuff that were, of course, canon to the anime itself. There's even like some episodes that are not like story driven, that are like main focus of the main story of between the three characters,
Yeah.
and it's mostly just like side villains type shit. Which I was surprised because one of the side villains is like one of my favorites. I don't remember his name, but he had like a cool aesthetic to him, and I enjoyed his character a lot. So I was surprised that they're gonna do that. I thought they're in this one, the version of the Cowboy Bebop series. I thought they were gonna me focus on three characters and not really do like filler s. I don't want to say
Yeah.
filler, but they're not
It
filler. Like
like last week, it's very episodic, so I guess
yeah,
some of them
that type of
are
shit.
quote unquote filler, even though it's canon filler. But
Yeah, it's kind of like their own episode. Like this is them on adventures. But I was
yeah,
surprised that they're
and that's
doing
what I
that.
was gonna say. I was gonna say, like, I think since the whole anime is pretty much focused around obviously the one event involving Vicious, but mostly it's just episodic shit where they're just doing whatever. I think Netflix is just gonna take creative liberty with that and just be like, well, since none of this stuff really matters aside from like obviously the first episode, one or two in the middle, and the final one, we're just gonna take that and run with it and do whatever we think is gonna be fun, interesting, quirky, whatever. And
Hmm.
I'm here for it. I mean, the one with the clown with the assault rifle, I know for a fact that wasn't in the anime. I don't know if it was in the movie. I didn't watch the movie, but
Is it the one in all black? Because
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah. It's in the anime, and it was like that's like my favorite side villain. I don't remember his name exactly, but he was
Actually, yeah, you're
bigger in
right.
he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
bigger in the anime, and he was like in a carnival
yeah.
thing. So he was like
That's why
some
it didn't
serial
really look
killer.
familiar to me because he wasn't like that big.
Yeah, he. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he had anything else going for him. It's been a while since I watched that specific
Yeah, it's been
episode.
like, look, I am kind of talking out of my ass because it's been like 3 or 4 years since I've watched it. So clearly, very rough on on the actual story or like side episodes. But
Yeah.
I know for a fact there are a few things in there that like we have not seen before. I guess I don't know
Yeah,
what specifically what.
from what I can remember, like I don't think there's anything I can like specifically like pick out and say, yeah, that was in the anime. There's some things I'm like, I don't even know if that was in the anime or if that's just a whole new like creative decision that Netflix made themselves.
Well, and it's like I
So
was saying last week, because if they do actually just take the episodicness of the series and just do whatever, then that definitely makes it easier for me to enjoy it because obviously there's nothing to compare it to. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So,
it's kind of like its own thing,
yeah.
or they're trying to make it their own thing.
And if they do make it their own thing, then I am totally fine with that, to be honest.
I hope so too, and I also want to see how they have their own versions of the characters' backstories. I don't think they're gonna change it. Spikes looks similar, if
Yeah.
anything, like identical to how it was.
I don't
Jet
remember
Black looks like.
I don't remember
Go
him
ahead.
saying anything about like having a different identity, but that's just
I
me.
don't remember that either, but I that could be just me
Yeah,
forgetting.
I have no idea.
Like it almost sounds similar to the other series, but like the main Cowboy Bebop series.
Yeah.
But I could be just like vaguely trying to remember something that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Jet Black
Also,
looks like he has a similar
yeah, I was gonna
backstory. We
say,
don't know anything about Faye. The Faye probably still
nope.
has a similar backstory, but we have to see.
See, with Jet, is it just me or does Jet, like the actor playing Jet, also sound like the voice actor of Jet? Like when listening to him like speak a little bit, I was like, is this the same guy? I was like, is he just playing the character like live
I
action
don't know
wise
if it's
now?
the same. I didn't like pick up
I
on the
highly
voice.
doubt it is, but they said.
It's
Well,
definitely
I
not.
watched the first episode again like last night, so I'm kind of fresh on the voice. He just sounds really similar to me. I could be wrong.
I know I
Um,
remember the Jet voice in the anime, but not I can't really remember his voice from the trailer, even though we kind of just watched it. It just doesn't pick up for me.
and that's pretty much it. Like I am totally down for this whole series. If it ends up being shit, it ends up being shit, but I think it'll probably be good. It'll probably be one of the better ones, I should say.
It looks like they're putting their time and effort into this compared to like
Yeah, and
other
apparently they started filming 3 years ago, so clearly they're putting some kind of effort into this.
yeah,
And it
compared to
looks.
Did
like
you see
something
the
like
damn special effects? That shit don't take a short amount of time.
Yeah, I was
It
gonna.
looks pretty good.
I was gonna
yeah,
say those special effects are fucking fire. I was not expecting that whatsoever.
shit. That shit looks gas if you ask me, and that's all I can say about that.
For real.
Definitely looks better than Death Note adaptation, like by miles.
Oh god.
What are you
by
talking about? That was great.
miles. Oh, shut
No.
the hell up with your
No.
sarcasm.
What are you guys talking about? It was a great movie. It was fantastic.
Oh yeah,
The anime is so
Mister,
good.
it ruined Death Note for me.
I
The
never
only
said it
person here
ruined Death Note for me.
You never seen Death Note. That's the issue.
I know, and I tried, and I didn't like it. It was
Look,
boring.
I don't know. Look, you're tripping.
See,
Before
Be
we
like, that's
talk about
audience, don't get mad at
anything
him. Don't get
else,
mad at him.
yeah, don't get mad at him. He's ignorant. Don't worry.
You
Before
can get mad at me. Fine.
shut up. Before we
I
move
ain't a bitch.
on, Brennan, do you have anything to add about the Cowboy Bebop trailer?
Um, I mean, it looks good. It was cool to see it on more of a serious and less like manga panel slash comic book panel look. It was more like it portrayed more of what the series will actually look like.
What was that? You're kind of muffled.
Oh, sorry. I said it's cool to see it in the setting of how the actual anime would look, or the actual show would look.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of seeing like the manga panel slash comic book panel type of like vibe the first trailer had going on with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, again, it just kind of like what I said last week. Like, I'm definitely down to watch it. It looks cool. It looks interesting. I have nothing to base it off of, so I mean, it could be completely wrong, but I could still like it just because, it could be at the very least entertaining.
Yeah.
Like the Death Note movie, I know a lot of people hated it. I didn't like it, but I didn't mind it. Like if someone threw it on, like I'd be like, okay, yeah, cool, whatever. But I know there's a lot of people who watch Death Note and is like, this is terrible. Like this is literally the worst.
See,
and that's cool.
I think that's just because you haven't seen the series. Because I was in the same boat with you, to be honest. Like, I saw the Death Note movie before I watched the anime, and I was fine with it. But after I watched the anime, I was like, nah, this shit ain't it.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody throws that on, I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Yeah, I mean, like this for me, it's just like the concept of it. Like I'm sure, like I would have to be in the mood to really be watching something and analyzing it and really paying attention to it in order for me to like really watch and enjoy Death Note.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know it's short and it's easy to watch. It's just the concept of it, like. I'm not saying I need action like all the time, but like a little bit that's not him writing in a book and then eating a potato chip would be nice. You know what I mean? I don't know. It wasn't one of those ones that I was like, yeah, I can sit through and watch all of this. But
for the Death Note movie,
well, I meant for like Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, well,
he just took the Netflix factor and ran with it, to be honest.
Well, to be fair, I think I've already said what I needed to say for not Death Note, damn it. For Cowboy Bebop.
Okay.
I don't think there's not much I can expand on.
All right. Yeah, I mean, other than like the music, I really like that they kept the original song and like played with it a little bit. But that's literally just it. Now, I have not watched that Buzz Lightyear trailer, so if we want to pause so I can watch it real quick.
Yeah, we can do that.
And after that short intermission, we're back. So
when I didn't even see the teaser. I just saw screenshots of like what the animation Buzz looks like. And at first I thought this is fan made or fake. I was like, this looks cool, but there's no way it's real.
Oh, so you didn't even believe that it was a real thing?
No, I didn't. I thought people were just making bullshit out their ass. And I was like, okay. A Buzz Lightyear movie, I don't know why it's being made, but sure. And then I see the trailer, I'm like, oh shit, this is real.
This is real.
This is actually going on. So I'm like, so I'm happy I got to see the trailer because I'm like, what is a Buzz Lightyear movie doing? And since now I've seen it, it mostly just looks like they're gonna go off of the origin story of the Buzz Lightyear toy, which is always an interesting concept to me when I was a little kid. I seen like little bits of the shows too, so I'm
basically
interested.
Like I guess Buzz Lightyear is like a real person. So they're like pretty much just expanding on why Buzz Lightyear was was like so big that they made him into a toy, basically.
Fuck what the movie's actually about. Did you see the visuals? That movie looked incredible.
Yeah, that movie did.
Like
Look
visually, like Pixar has like pretty decent animation, but that was on a whole
next level.
That scene where he's like
Some-
standing next to the window and the sunlight's just like shining in on the house and on him, like bro, that's just like they got some shit that's looking like it damn near looks real. Damn.
Well, bro, it's Pixar's most profitable movie franchise that they're basically spinning off of. So you gotta dump some money into that.
Well, yeah, for sure, but like still, they ain't have to pop off like that. Shit,
No,
it's a
no,
kid
they
movie.
popping off. They want to sell real Buzz Lightyear toys again.
Again.
There's only like two things I'm hoping for this movie. One is to see the Zurg Emperor Zurg.
Emperor Zurg.
Yes, I want to see him. Even though I don't remember him as a villain, he's iconic. I don't know any other Buzz Lightyear villains unless y'all know any.
Does he even have any?
I don't know. I don't
Like
think
when you
so.
were saying
unless
that, I
there's-
was like, isn't he just the only one?
I don't know. I don't, like unless there's more in the show and I just forgot. Listen, it's been years since I even remembered the show existed in the first place. And I'm like, oh shit, there was a show, and I watched a little bit of it, but I don't remember like what each episode was like, or I don't even remember like how the episodes even go. Anywho,
Bro, I didn't
another
even
thing
know
I
there
would
was
want to see.
I didn't even know
Probably
there was a TV
unlikely.
show, so
Yeah, it's like pretty old. It's like maybe like early 2000s, late 1990s. So there's that. Anyways, another thing I would like to see, even though it's highly unlikely, I want to see a Woody cameo. That's all I want to hear. I want to hear there's a snake in my boot. I want to hear that. I don't care. If I don't hear L movie.
Yeah, he gonna
L
come
movie.
out of the sun that Buzz Lightyear was flying around.
Exactly, bro.
all right.
I just want to hear the cameo.
Brennan,
Yes, sir.
was that all of your thoughts?
Yeah.
So I ain't talking
Yeah, like I don't
Netflix.
really have very much to say. I mean, it looks amazing, way better than I thought it was like going to be. And it also comes out next year, which is actually kind of surprising.
Yeah, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Fuck Buzz Lightyear. We should have got a Woody movie.
Oh my god. All right. Get this man's out of here.
Maybe we'll get that next time.
Hey, bro. Look, we could have got Woody, and then they could have had a Jesse spinoff too,
Oh my
and
shut
Bullseye.
up. Yeah, Bullseye gets his own movie. All right, bro. Okay, now nothing. Neither of y'all got a.
I mean, didn't we
You
want to
done
talk
with
about
topics?
Spider-Man?
Shut the fuck up, Adrian. I was just wondering
Oh.
if y'all had anything else to say.
I mean, we
Wanna-
can talk about Bleach real quick, or what, or Black Clover.
Shit,
right now
don't
if
get
you
me
want
started
to.
on
Motherfucker, we're,
Bleach.
we're in the wrong. We're already done with anime. You should have said something before.
Hey, bro, you didn't give me a chance, bro.
Listen,
Listen,
we're
bro,
getting close to 2
backpedal to
hours.
this. You
So
start talking about Bleach.
we're getting
if we
close
want.
to
That's all
2
I'm
hours.
saying.
We're good. We don't need to talk about none of that. All right.
Don't ask me if I want to talk about nothing. Right?
I meant with the Buzz Lightyear trailer or anything else before we get to the final topic. That's what I meant.
I give a damn about Buzz Lightyear when Ichigo's running around here with his Zanpakuto toe.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm trying to hear that.
right,
that gets you
now-
good Tensho.
Shut
Boy,
up.
we can talk about Rangiku too. Oh boy.
My god.
Now that's the definition of mommy milkers if I've seen one. You cannot stop me. I'll call
Bro.
her mommy.
I still can't believe that there's actually somebody on this earth who really just has the facts of like the breast size and how much milk is in each breast for both her and Lady
I've seen the
Tsunade.
TikToks
When-
of them.
When
They did it
when
for
you
Orihime
sent us
too.
that fucking picture, I was like, this dude needs to go touch grass. Like,
I don't know how you calculate that, dog. What do you do?
Plus,
why
look,
do you need to know this
I'm just
information?
exactly like, how are you this down bad? Like, what? Anyways, we're
shit,
we're
it's
not
good
continuing
information,
this.
but, like-
Shut the fuck We're done. I'm cutting it. I'm cutting it right here. All
No
right.
more mommy
So,
milkers.
no more mommy milkers. So, we also got some news this week for Spider-Man No Way Home, which I think is the only Marvel related news that happened this week. So, if you guys are unaware, there's a handful of villains that have been announced for No Way Home. If you don't want to know any extra or any whatsoever, then go skip to that outro, so you could get the watch time up, you could get the everything. Anyways, now if the new villains, Brennan, that I refused to tell you until just now, that have been announced for No Way Home are Sandman and Lizard.
Oh, so it is Lizard. Fuck,
Yeah.
okay. For some reason, I saw a little
Interesting.
clip, and I thought it was. I for some reason thought it was Venom. I was
And
thinking the lead.
specifically, the Amazing Spider-Man Lizard and Tobey Maguire's Sandman. Both of those characters are returning.
Last time we talked about this in week 1, I think we went over Sandman possibly coming in.
Yeah. That's one thing I wanted to say. I was like, I think it's funny that we literally talked about Sandman and Lizard, and then lo and behold, they've been announced.
Well, I mean, I think this is just showing more of like the Sinister Six route. I know they've been wanting to do like Sinister Six, like movies or like introducing them, eventually. So I think this is just more to show.
This pretty much just confirms, like, without a doubt, Sinister Six is this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, also, I did read something saying that Tom Holland, I guess, said in an interview that this is kind of like the end of this trilogy, and if they
Yeah.
get to do more, it'll be a whole different like vibe. It'll be basically like a different feel to the Peter Parker character.
Yeah.
And he said they definitely treated it like it was the end
Yeah,
of the
because
trilogy.
he said that to both like Ned's actor and Zendaya that they like said like their goodbyes and everything.
Yeah. So I
Which
mean,
I think is kind of weird because Disney or Marvel wants to do 2 more trilogies with Tom Holland, and Ned ends up becoming the Hobgoblin in some of the comic books. So I think it's weird if they don't continue having his character, and obviously MJ. Like, why would you not have MJ around
I think it was more of a goodbye as in like
for now?
for now, and also just I mean, you don't really know. Like, keep in mind they're also gonna say as much to throw you off.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
you know what I mean?
look with Marvel at this point. I don't believe a damn thing I read until I see it. So,
Yeah.
like they could give us lip service and say it's a goodbye for now and all that shit, but I don't believe that for a second. Especially when you know that Marvel wants to do 2 more trilogies for Spider-Man.
Another thing to go off of that is they released some images of like Peter or like Doc Ock fighting Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And it's on the scene of where in the trailer he's on top of the car and he's getting his suit on and they're on like an interstate.
Yeah.
And at first, it shows Doc Ock come up and he's like, "Hello, Peter," and then it shows Peter on the car, looking somewhere.
Yeah, and Doc Ock
And
is behind him. So
in the second image that they released, and they're thinking maybe it's the Green Goblin because Green Goblin is also going to be in that scene. You can tell when you see the pumpkin bomb rolling, it's on an interstate, so they're thinking maybe it'll be like Peter Parker fighting Green Goblin and Doc Ock. So, I mean, that just goes to show you that they literally do as much as they can to hide the actual scenes, what's going to go down. I mean, they literally blatantly told us in
They've been
Endgame
doing it since
that
Infinity War. Like, they've been hiding
yeah, they literally told
everything.
us they released footage for Endgame that like wasn't even close to what was actually in it. It was just like spare footage they had,
Yeah.
and that they would and like any information they released could very well change if they so wanted to. Basically,
Yeah.
Which
So-
I think, honestly, I think that's perfect because I don't like watching trailers purely because pretty much Amazing Spider-Man 2 ruined trailers for me because if you compile all of the footage that they released for promotional material, it's like 48 minutes of the movie. So,
Damn.
yeah. So that since I watched every single trailer that got released for Amazing Spider-Man 2, that pretty much just ruined trailers for me. So if I ever do watch a trailer, it's normally just one or two, not every single one of them. With Endgame and Infinity War, that was different because I could not get enough of those movies. But with Spider-Man, knowing that Sony just loves going crazy with the amount of footage that they show, I kind of just try to steer clear of it, but I do like seeing these little snippets here and there. And my point of saying all of this is I'm really glad that Marvel is hiding some very important things or key characters in scenes, because like you watch the trailer, you get a gist of what the movie's going to be about, but even the scenes that you watch are subject to change. And like I really like that. I think it's great. And I just like I don't know what to say.
Overwhelmed with
I
fangasm.
just can't, yeah. I just can't wait to see the movie. That's pretty much all I have to say.
Was that for that?
Huh?
um, I mean, I'm excited for it as well. I think it'll be very good. It seems like, I mean, anytime Marvel really takes control of something, it can't. I don't see it being bad.
Cuz even like
So
the
you
quote
know,
unquote bad movies aren't really that bad. They're just not the gold standard, I guess.
They're not the
yeah. I
Marvel
mean,
standard.
the worst one you can really think of is the second Thor movie.
And
And
it's still
again,
a good movie.
if
It's
you just
just
look at it as for what it was and like an entertainment aspect, I mean, they wanted to introduce uh another Infinity Stone, and I guess kind of further the progression uh of like Loki and Thor's relationship essentially, and to also carry on Thor and Natalie Portman's character's relationship, Jane, whatever the hell her name is. I think
Jane
that's the other one.
Foster.
Is that her name? Something like that. It's not a horrible movie. It's horrible in MCU standards,
yeah, that's what I
but
mean.
like yeah, like I everyone of course has the standards they have set for like Marvel movies. Like I would even argue I would almost rather watch the second Thor movie than Captain Marvel. But that's strictly just because I hate overpowered characters. I hate all the Hulk movies. I hate all the Superman movies. Like it's just so like, bro, you get more angry when you get hit and you're basically invincible. No shit, you're gonna beat the enemy at the end. Superman, no shit, you're gonna win. Like,
Like literally you're invincible to pretty much everything.
yeah, and Captain Marvel was just another one of those like your powers are being held back, but like you could really whack anyone you want to. And then even in Endgame, she came in and just like was OP, like took
Well,
out
that's
the
like
entire freaking ships,
that's
freaking
my
started going
biggest
head to
gripe
head with
with
Thanos.
Captain Marvel, because that entire movie felt like a flex. Just like
Yeah,
this is how powerful this character is, you know, fuck your favorite character, this one's stronger kind of movie.
yeah, and it's
It
and
can't
like
be
what
Goku
bothered me
though,
about
type
that is
beat.
like,
Yeah, literally
and they
can't be
made
Goku type beat. That was that entire
well,
movie for me. Like
and
I
it's
enjoyed it,
also,
but it kind of felt like another Superman movie. Like she was never really in danger.
but it's also like you downplayed so many characters just to just to have this one character come out of literally nowhere and be mad OP. Like Thor needed a strength upgrade. Hulk should have been freaking rampaging. Like
Well, see,
painful.
I think that's why they made Thor fat, because if you watched Infinity War, Thor ran everybody's shit once he finally showed up. So,
Yes.
because
He was
that's what
built
made me so
different.
mad initially with Endgame, because I'm like, they just glorified Captain Marvel with doing all of this, but Thor literally could have done the same thing 2 years ago. So,
And she's only in like 2 minutes of the fucking movie.
yeah.
Like it's
But
like
it
god
just made
dang
me mad
man.
because I'm like, Thor in his prime could have done everything Captain Marvel did, and better.
Bring in Nova.
Yeah.
Bring in Nova. Nah, Nova is busy doing what Captain Marvel did, but he's like, fuck everybody else. I'm saving everyone but Earth.
He's like, some of the planets that I take care of don't have Avengers like you. I'm
Because
like, what?
that's why I love Richard Rider, because he's like the most selfless hero. This man runs himself in the ground just to save planets. Like the homeboy has no time to himself.
Did y'all see the official casting for Adam Warlock?
Yes. Did we
I
talk about that already or no?
I think
I
so,
don't know.
didn't we?
I don't know.
I don't
Um,
remember it.
well, we'll talk
Everything's
about
a
it
blur.
again because we can kill some
Mm-hmm.
time. Um, I so I'm very familiar with the actor. Everything that I've seen him in, he's played more of like a comedic role, and that's not really the purpose of Adam Warlock. So, like I said, he's a good actor, but I don't know if it fits. But I do trust James Gunn with anything, so I'm fine with it. Like, and plus, I'm not like the biggest Adam Warlock fan in the world, so if it's not a good portrayal, which I highly doubt it will be, I won't be that upset. It'll just be more of like a missed opportunity because I think Adam Warlock's cool, but yeah,
I kind of don't remember much for Adam Warlock. I used to know him a lot, but
he was like a big player in the Infinity War saga, which
I like
is
the OG
why I'm
Infinity War.
yeah, which is why I'm like, why now? Because he was supposed to be introduced in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but he got cut for reasons. I don't remember what they were. But he was
Yeah,
supposed to
he's
be
kind of like a
in that
cameo at the
movie.
end.
So, well, no, not even that. They added that cameo like after they already recorded everything because he was supposed
Damn.
to be in the first movie, but I think he got cut in like the almost the final draft of the script just because I think James Gunn said just because there was so much going on in the movie, throwing Adam Warlock in didn't fit, which makes sense. But yeah, like I don't really know what else he's done besides being a very big player in the Infinity War saga. So I'm really interested to see what James Gunn does with him. That's really all that I have to say.
I don't know anything about Adam Warlock, to be honest. The dude who is the actor for him, um, I think the main serious role I've seen him in is Maze Runner,
Yeah.
and he was kind of like the asshole. Um, which I mean, it's hard to go off of one like trope, but I don't know. I think this is I really think this is gonna be one of those castings where it's like, oh, this man's always been goofy or da 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 da,
Kind
and
of like
then he's gonna do this, and
Chris
everyone's gonna
Evans
be
for
like,
Captain
wow,
America.
yeah, or even Robert Pattinson with Batman. Like I remember a lot of people, comment on it because they're like, oh, they're gonna get the freaking vampire dude or
Yeah,
da da
the
da,
pretty
this and
boy.
that.
Yeah,
And I mean, from the looks of it, it looks like he might be a pretty good Batman. So I'm just like, to me, there's got to be a reason that he was
He's
chosen.
probably
You know
done
what
a
I mean?
handful of low-key movies that he's done really well in, and that's probably why they chose him. Because, like with Robert Pattinson, like yes, the biggest thing that he's done is Twilight, but he's also done a lot of like low-key movies that he's very good in. Like the
Mhm.
that one black and white movie that he did, The Lighthouse. He was really good in that, and it also was a very low key movie. So, like I said, I'm confident in James Gunn's decision. So I'm not. I don't think I'm worried, to be honest. Adrian,
I'm worried.
shut the fuck up.
I'm not good with actors, so to be honest, I don't remember him too much on many other movies. I think he played in Narnia, but that was like,
Yeah,
Yep.
he did.
yeah, okay, yeah. I don't
And he also
like I
played
said,
in that one comedy movie. You know the meme where he's like, "You guys are getting paid?"
yeah, I saw,
We're
yeah,
the
okay,
Millers.
Yeah, The Millers. There we go. Like that's like
yeah, okay.
the one movie that I can think of off the top of my head that he was in. But
Yeah, but I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna be too worried. Mostly because I don't really know too much of Adam Warlock, so I don't really know what to even expect from this character, especially with the MCU, and they like to change characters or tweak them a little bit,
yeah.
so they're not too much like the comic book counterpart, like how they changed Thanos into not like the bloodthirsty tyrant he used to be in the comics, and more of like a.
I think
I don't know.
I think he's better in the movies, to be honest.
I like both of them. I don't really know which one I prefer, but like I think both of them fit really well.
Look,
A
bro,
lot better than I
doing
thought they were gonna.
everything he did to be a simp versus doing everything he did for the betterment of the universe.
You're right.
I choose for the betterment of
I
the
almost
universe.
forget he's a simp for Devin.
So, yeah.
Ooh, okay. Hold on. I want to add one thing about the Spider-Man.
All right.
A lot of the villains that are showing up, I'm pretty sure are like complete characters. So hearing Sandman, Doctor Ock, Lizard, Green Goblin showing up, I was like, they're complete characters. So I'm curious to know how they're gonna like what's gonna be their reasons for still hating on Spider-Man. And because I don't remember the movies because it's been years, but like I said, I'm pretty sure they're complete characters and they do like maybe a complete turnaround where they're not as evil or they're not like kill hungry for Spider-Man as like the first half, not the first half, like between the middle of the movie towards a little bit in the end.
Well, considering that some of them end up dead, I don't know. I think it might be like they're yoinked right before they finally have their like first fight with Spider-Man or something.
That might be the case. I was just thinking that just because like what do you do with a complete character that already has like its own character arc and just one are either dead or just don't have the same ill feelings they had for Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, I think they all still kind of hold some resentment for him at some point.
Green Goblin, you can say that. Sandman, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Electro.
Sandman's gonna be the one that I'm interested in, to be honest, and Electro.
Same with Doc Ock. Doc Ock, I don't think
he died.
I'm pretty sure he died, but he saved. I'm pretty sure he tried to save like Peter.
I don't know.
Towards the end.
I don't give a shit.
It's been forever, but I remember.
I don't give a shit
like,
about those
sacrifice.
movies. So.
Sandman and Doc Ock are the two characters that kind of like came full circle.
Yeah.
Even Green Goblin, like he fucked up, I think.
Yeah, but the reason I wouldn't say Green Goblin completely is because like the serum and it still makes him go a little crazy at time to time. So like maybe he can still go back to that old like Green Goblin personality.
True.
But other than that, Sandman, Green Goblin, and Doc Ock were like full on characters that developed and changed their ways. Same with the Lizard, with him sacrificing or not sacrifice. Did he sacrifice himself? Pretty sure he like tried to save Spider-Man towards the end of the movie, but I don't know like how he either died or got in prison or whatever happened to him. I forgot. It's been a while since I saw those movies.
I've watched all of those movies at least once.
Yeah, same. Trust me, it's been years since I've even touched those movies. I wanted to rewatch them because like I wanted to see their characters again or like see how they're portrayed. But I don't know where you really watch it. So that's my only question: how they're going to be different for this movie, or still have resentment for Spider-Man.
All right. Well, Brennan, do you have anything to add or no?
Nah, just that Diego, you're a bitch.
And this is where we're ending the podcast, everybody. Thanks for listening or watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, a comment, all that jazz. And also check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Just a follow would be appreciated. If you're watching this on either of those, make sure to rate us on the rating system. Leave a little 5 stars for your boy, or don't. Obviously, there's always that choice.
If you give us a bad rating, your favorite anime is mid. It's garbage. Fuck you.
Exactly. And you also have a little pee-pee or a non-juicy asshole.
Bro.
Just saying.
What is wrong with you today? All right. Yeah, if you leave a bad review, your favorite anime is mid. If you don't like anime, your favorite TV show is mid. All that jazz.
Your life is mid.
Yeah, your life is mid.
Exactly. You bitchless. Fuck out of here.
You bitchless. The baby with no hose. Alright, well anyways, as always, I've been Wrath. Go ahead and check out my YouTube channels. It would be much appreciated if you dropped a subscribe, checked some of those videos out, all that jazz.
Get him to 1,000, bro. He deserves it.
Get me to 1,000.
Exactly,
I'm
bro.
at 450 at time of this recording. I'm
Get
feeling
this man
myself.
some
If you don't subscribe,
subscribers.
your life is mid.
Your life is mid. And obviously, if you do subscribe, top tier, you're the top, the toppest of the top tier.
From the
Adrian, Adrian has a Twitch. If you want to go and check his Twitch out, he hasn't started
Exactly.
streaming just yet. But hey, if we could get as many followers for this man's before he starts his streams, that'd be tight.
Exactly. Let me just say this for a sec.
All right.
If y'all don't mind and follow not only all our socials, also follow my Twitch. Just want to get that out there. If you do follow all our socials and my Twitch and Diego's YouTube channels, you know, you're a pretty chatty dude or girl or whoever you like to identify yourself as. Or if you don't do that, you like cock and ball tortures while sucking toes.
Jesus
That's all I gotta say.
Christ.
You get a kiss on the head. Mwah.
You know what? I'm leaving that in. Because I'm sick and tired of having to cut all this shit because of you. But that's pretty much it. As I said in the beginning, Brennan doesn't have any social medias or anything just yet that he wants to share. So go and follow our social medias, our TikTok, our Insta. I don't think we have a Twitter. Terrorize him. Just leave comments on comments. All of this shit. Because he
Yeah.
reads all
Yeah,
of
get
them.
that algorithm up, bro. Boost
Yeah, and
us.
boost
the
Make us
algorithm.
popular.
And boost the algorithm. But with all that being said, that has been the We Bleep Comic Podcast for our 3rd episode. And we will catch you guys hopefully next week. Peace out.
See ya.
Brennan?
Did you say something, Brennan?
Or you're just not going to say anything?
I said bye.
Oh, okay.
Your shit was muffling.
Yeah, your shit was muffled
Y'all
as hell.
some hoes.
You a hoe.
You're
Get a better
freaking-
mic,
You're
bitch.
mid. You're mid. You're mid. You're mid and you're mad. You're mid and you're mad.
And you're mad. Alright,
mad
see you
mid, bro.
guys. Shut the fuck up, bitch.